Good morning. It's the morning of day 8, and we made it through the first week of making our sourdough starter. How exciting. So today I really wanted to talk to you about some important things that I think are very important to understanding why we're doing what we're doing. For me, it was really important. And if you're one of those people that needs to know why, I think probably when I was a little girl, I must have drove my parents crazy because I always like to know why. I want to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And what I found with helping my friends out with making sourdough too, is they were always asking questions. And once I explained to them why, and they understood why they were doing things, the questions decrease. Because when you have an understanding of why you're doing something, then you can actually be much more intuitive in your decision making, and you'll feel much more confident that you're getting things right. If you're still not seeing much activity, but you saw some bubbles at the beginning and it even looked like it was rising and it was really exciting, and then now suddenly it's not very active, remember, this is exactly what happened to my regular sourdough starter, and it can happen to gluten-free ones as well. Just stick to it. Listen to this lesson today, and I promise it's going to be very easy and straightforward so that you'll understand exactly why you're doing what you're doing. So let's get right to it.
Oh, Gracie wants to come and help us. Do you want to help me with my starter? Oh, yes, she likes it. Hey, Gracie. Brown rice starter, and same thing. We can see the line where it has risen and fallen down. It doubled in size, so it's quite great. And we can see that quilted effect on the top where it's kind of like bumps at ridges and bumps. And when it starts falling down, those ridges and valleys will actually become more pronounced. So when you know that you've gone past that perfect spot of peak activity, that you'll see more of those ridges and valleys. So, and it smells actually still quite lovely. It's just starting to get hungry. If it was very hungry and had fallen all the way back down and was an old starter, then we would basically at that point say, okay, it smells a little bit sour or acidic, because it gets more acidic as the time goes on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and feed our starter. So let's give it a nice mix like we always do. And then we're going to begin to discard all but 30 grams of our starter. It's doing really well feeding it with this ratio, and it's continuing to mature. So I think it would be a good idea to keep it at this level for now. Once you're ready to keep it in the refrigerator, keeping 30 grams and giving it a feed is just the perfect amount that you can maintain your starter at the perfect level and only have to feed it once a week. So once you've discarded, add your 50 grams of brown rice flour and your 50 grams of water. And don't worry if you go over by 1 or 2, just fix that with adding more flour or water. And then, of course, you're going to give it a really good mix for at least 2 minutes. Now, I apologize for the shaky video. I should have put it down. We live and we learn, right? I think I figured it out halfway through, but I wanted to show you just how magically it happens. When you mix it for 2 full minutes, you can just see how the consistency completely changes. And I know you've already experienced this, but I kept cutting the videos out. So I just wanted to show you right from the beginning how mine transforms. So here is after 2 minutes, this is the new consistency. Then we're going to clean down our sides, of course, as usual. Clean around the edges. Give it a smell and see that it smells quite lovely and yeasty and sweet. Then, of course, adjust our elastic and cover it up. So remember, you can bake with your discard now. I've put lots of ideas in the post below, so check it out and don't throw out your discard. And if you do make something, I'd love to see a picture of it in the comments. And we'll see you again later on when we'll feed our starters this evening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.